That is good. That is really good. This is all something I've never done before.
Yeah, I feel this is professional rage bait.
There are a few things that America can proudly state that they invented. Democracy, eyeglasses, shoes probably. But we can rest easy knowing that we gave birth to Friday night fish fry. Inspired by the Christian kitchens of the Midwest, spreading all the way to the Christian kitchens of upstate New York and Pennsylvania, Friday night fish fry is a battered fried fish with fries. Naysayers will say, it's just fish and chips, which is an English invention. To them I say, it's not chips, it's fries. And if served on a Friday night, you can't tell me that it's not Friday night fish fry. Granted, it is Monday at 12:05 p.m., but I'm gonna show you how I make my ultimate Friday night fish fry. But what I don't know is that I'm going to be watched and, dare I say, judged by two acclaimed British chefs, Jack Croft and Will Murray, of YouTube's own restaurant, Fallow. Not only are they real British chefs, but also I'm a huge fan of theirs, so this is gonna be emotionally devastating.
All right, Babish, we've traveled a long way for this.
Let's see what you got. It's judgment time.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. They've supported this channel for over 7 years. In fact, they were my first ever sponsor. Squarespace is the perfect platform to create your own site and accomplish your goals online. Whether you're building a digital empire or just want people to give you hilarious episode ideas, Squarespace has you covered. I'm having a lot of fun making food ranking videos, and my favorite part is seeing what you guys suggest. So I built a site where you can submit your episode ideas. Go to rankedwithbabish.com and submit yours, and coming soon, you can see all my ranked lists. Squarespace's brand new designer templates make it so easy to set up exactly what you need. To create one of your own, head to squarespace.com for a free trial and use code Babish for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Friday night fish fry. Tell you what, you get a smack in the mouth if you said a Friday night fish fry in the East End.
I don't think I've ever had good fish and chips in America.
He's trying to put us off on the back foot. Now it's up to him to prove that he can actually do this.
Now, fish and chips is normally comprised of 4 key elements: fish, chips, tartar sauce, and mushy peas. Sometimes, not always, which sounds delicious, but what are they? Mushy peas are specifically marrow-fat peas. These are extra mature. These are peas that read the New Yorker.
Really don't like mushy peas.
I'm not a massive fan either.
Normally, you'd soak this for 24 hours in water and baking soda, or bicarb, as our friends might refer to it. Then, once they're soaked, you cook them down. But my intrepid culinary producer, Rachel, discovered if you just throw these in a pot with water and simmer them for 2.5 to 3 hours, just as good. And then, given that these are called marrow-fat peas, I'm going to choose to see that as a dog whistle to use actual marrow fat.
Oh, nice. So it's a surf and turf.
Fun facts, and this is an especially appropriate episode to reveal this. I am famous for saying saucepan. It's one of my catchphrases, and people are like, why do you say that? Picture a British person saying saucepan.
Saucepan.
Does that sound good?
He lost me. I don't understand.
We have our 200 grams of marrow fat peas. Top that up with 500 something ml of water. Now, often mushy peas are just made with water. I'm just gonna use chicken stock instead, add some more flavor, and a teaspoon of this hot nonsense. Then, I've got my 3 little marrow bones here. I'm gonna roast these at 425 degrees Fahrenheit until they're starting to give up their fat and they got some nice browning. Meanwhile, this guy's going on the stove. I'm going to bring it up to a simmer, hold it there for about 2.5 hours. And as soon as the marrow is done roasting, I'm gonna scoop the fat in there to cook along with it.
The one thing I will say that you probably won't know is that most mushy peas in the UK go a horrible colour. You need to add a bit of green food colouring to actually make them look.
Yeah, and now the trend of using mushy peas is even going down and down. Most people are now doing like a crushed pea.
Oh, a crushed minted pea.
I thought that he was going to go down that angle.
As is so often said, it's time to talk taters. So for our fries and or chips, I'm gonna go with Yukon Gold potatoes. The Brits love their potatoes. They have all different kinds of fun, cool varieties, mostly named after women. Maris Piper, Desiree, Anya, there's another one, but I can't remember. And the closest equivalent we have to those potatoes is the Yukon Gold. It's definitely waxier than those potatoes, but it's gonna give me a much creamier chip with an extra crunchy surface. I'm gonna start by cutting these potatoes into pretty thick planks. They have no idea what I'm about to do. I'm about to blow their minds. Now, I'm sure you've heard of Michelin-starred chips. If you Google Michelin-starred chips, there's a million different recipes, but I bet you haven't heard of Michelin star chips.
What on earth is he doing?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna punch out a Michelin star from each of my potato planks, and I'm gonna use a little Michelin star to hollow them out. So then we're left with boom, Michelin starred chips. See that, fellas?
Oh my God.
He's on rogue.
What's great about this method is that it's wasteful and that it's very high labor. So let's keep going. I'm just gonna rinse and repeat until I have a whole bunch of soon to be Michelin and currently Michelin starred chip. There's a double meaning. I don't know if you've gotten that yet, but there's actually a double meaning to this.
I'm also worried that doing it like that, he's gonna way underdo the amount of chip to fish ratio you need.
You need a load of chips.
I would say like almost potentially triple the amount of chips.
So I suppose the problem thing for us, whenever we're making chips, we're always thinking about the breaking down of the potato. That he wants to hold these little sort of Michelin star chips in the right shape. So this is interesting.
The first of the three cooks is a boil. I'm gonna boil these guys for 15 to 20 minutes until they're almost falling apart. Then comes the first of two fries. I'm just using plain vegetable oil, into which I'm going to gently drop my potato pieces, where I'm gonna fry the chips for as long as I can, ideally up to 10 minutes, but 5 to 6 minutes will do. We don't want them turning brown, we just want them turning a very light blonde. The reason behind the double fry is that when you fry foods, they release a lot of moisture, and if you do a low and slow fry first, all that moisture is going to start evaporating, coming to the surface, making things soggy. Then you hit it again with a second fry, which not only finishes up the crisping, it evaporates all that liquid. So then you end up with nothing but crispy. So now we're gonna chill them until they're completely cooled before hitting the next fry. Now, it just wouldn't be fish and chips without fish now, would it? So for the fish, I have these beautiful halibut loins. This is one of the thicker parts of the fillet. It's perfect for fish and chips because it's very mild flavor, it's very tender, it's very juicy, and the form factor is just right.
Halibut is a fantastic fish. It can be so delicate and beautiful, but I think only if you cook it to like 40, 42 degrees centigrade.
Yes.
And my worry would be halibut in a fish and chip.
The batter won't get crispy enough before the fish inside overcooks. And when halibut overcooks, it tastes like you're chewing on a cotton wool bud from a dentist.
Or a dog toy. Piece of cardboard.
Now, I'm going to do a quick brine. Brining fish is perilous because you can make it firm, you can make it firm, and you can make it very firm sometimes. So for the dry brine, fish loves sugar. So I'm going to do a 1-to-1 ratio pretty much of kosher salt to granulated sugar. And for an added bit of zing, I'm going to zest in the zest of not 1, not 2, but 3 citri. Citri? This is gonna bring a delightful lemon, lime, and orange flavor. I've seen some chefs do this. I don't know which ones.
It sounds like
Absolute
a great
legends.
chef.
Absolute
Really great
legends,
chef.
yeah.
Amazing recipes.
This is gonna bring a lovely tropical undernote to the fish, which if there's one thing that I know about British food, it's that it's highly tropical. So I'm just going to mix that zest in there. I'm gonna put these guys on a rack because the dry brine is going to draw out a bunch of moisture and I don't want this swimming in its own moisture. I want it to drip away. Very light sprinkle, don't wanna overdo this because I'm worried I'm gonna overdo it. So that's why I don't wanna overdo it. So now these guys are going in the fridge for at least 30 minutes, no more than an hour. I don't want super firm fish and I don't want to draw out too much moisture. I want it to be just right, just like everything. Pea check. So we're checking on the peas. I think they're done. They look mushy. They're starting to mush for sure.
They're looking very brown.
It's not, ooh, that is good. That is really good. The marrow fat really brought something to that.
I'm quite surprised about that.
So now I'm gonna do something that's sure to not piss off anybody. I'm going to make the mushy peas smooth.
Oh, God. Oh, for God's sake, Babish.
This is perfectly normal and fine what I'm doing. Nobody's gonna be mad, it's fine. Here we go. You rolling? Good. Wouldn't want to miss this.
It's making a mushy pea smoothie.
A little too thick. Let me get some more of that cooking water in there. This is all something I've never done before. Just had this idea this morning. I'm sure they're just being like, wow, this guy has great ideas.
Oh, sacrilege.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
To be honest, this would be a good baby food.
Yeah.
How will I ever incorporate the food coloring?
I knew.
Oh.
I thought I might make new friends today. I don't know if it's going to happen now. So I'll just... Okay. I'm going to go take this in a different direction. I think we're just going to do normal ass mushy peas.
I think that's the best thing he's done all day.
Oh, so he's aborted.
I might not know mushy peas, okay? But one thing I do know is mayonnaise. And I know that if you want to make the best tartar sauce you've ever had in your life, you got to make your own mayonnaise. So, starting off with 1 egg that I'm cracking into a container the same width as my immersion blender head. I'm also going to add 1 teensy tiny little clove of garlic. Most cloves of garlic, you probably want to cut it in half or even a quarter. And we have strong Irish mustard. Just keeping the whole non-British theme going with this, these fish and chips.
Traveled this far for this.
A little pinch of salt. A little tiny squeeze of lemon juice. There we go, all smooth. Keep the immersion blender head in the cup and carefully pour oil down the side so it settles on top of the egg. 1 cup of oil per egg. Now that we have all the oil in there settled on top, I'm going to crank the immersion blender full speed on the bottom, wait until it emulsifies, and then slowly pulse upward. I'm just gonna slowly pulse this upward, okay?
Babish, you dirty dog.
And now, I promise you, if you grab a bottle of Hellmann's or whatever store-bought mayonnaise you have and have a full spoonful, this is the only one that you're gonna want to swallow.
Oh my God.
How'd that sound? So for my tartar sauce, I love to load it up with all different kinds of herbs. I'm also gonna add a little bit of creme fraiche. Whenever I make potato salad or anything, you know, any kind of mayonnaise-based dressing, which is what tartar sauce is, I usually add some sour cream, which creme fraiche, sour cream, pretty much analogs. This one's fancier, so they're probably gonna like that. And it's just gonna bring a little tang. It's gonna bring a little zip. For even further zip, instead of lemons, just to be an asshole, I'm gonna use yuzu extract.
Whoa, yuzu tartar, dude.
This is yuzu extract instead of just yuzu juice, which means it's probably gonna be pretty sour, but there's only one way to find out. That was too much. I can't see.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure if you can tell, but I've never worked in a restaurant. I'll grab my mayonnaise. About a cup's worth of mayonnaise here. Then let's say 3 tablespoons of creme fraiche first. I don't want to overdo it. Then I have about 2 tablespoons worth of capers. Now I've got some cornichon, as well as one of the little pickled onions that comes in cornichon. I'm gonna finely mince these. Likewise, I've got 5 little cornichon here. Mustn't forget the little cocktail onion. I'm also gonna add a little bit of finely minced shallot, whereas the Americans call it shallot. I've got some lovely fresh chives here. Then the marjoram. This I just sort of imagined, and I don't know if it would work flavor-wise, so. Oh, I'm gonna add a little bit. Let's see what happens.
You can't have too many lovely, bright, fresh herbs in a tartar sauce.
No, I agree with that.
I've also got some fresh dill here. I just love dill and seafood so much. 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. This is no job for a tiny whisk. This is a job for a big old normal size whisk. That's gonna be good with seafood. Now let's try it with a little bit of yuzu. Oh, that is interesting and vital and important. You can taste it, but I'm not sure if I'd be able to identify what it is. Like I'd be like, there's something different, there's something new. There's something important and vital happening in this tartar sauce. This is a little runny, so just gonna quickly cover it in cling film. And I'm gonna put it outside because it is currently a toasty, like 5 degrees outside. So let's see what happens. Time for the second fry. These guys are a little soft, which is exactly what they're supposed to be, just like me. And now the fry. We're gonna crisp their asses right up. In they go. Still a lot of moisture cooking off. Still a lot of moisture. Don't want these to get too much darker. They smell good. Okay, please God, let these be crispy. Please God.
I have to say, this is looking promising.
No crispy? I might give them another quick fry right before I serve them. Just to heat them up and to drive off that last wee bit of moisture. Okay, time to make the batter for the fish. Here we go. I have 150 grams of all-purpose flour, then 75 grams each white rice flour and potato starch. Then we're gonna add half teaspoon of paprika, half teaspoon of turmeric, half teaspoon of baking powder, and 3/4 of a teaspoon kosher salt. This is basically Heston Blumenthal's method for fish and chip batter with the addition of baking powder for lightness and potato starch, which we've had great success in our fried chicken tests. So we wanted to give it a spin with this.
So those starches are gonna just help crisp up the batter. Should be a really good move.
To our dry ingredients, we're gonna add 200 ml of vodka. And then we need, of course, to add beer. And why add a British lager when we could just use an American lager?
I'm gonna say somewhat controversial. American lager is better than British lager.
Now I'm gonna whisk this together gently. There can be some lumps in it. There should be some lumps in it. Looks like pancake batter. Ooh, it's a great color to this batter. It's definitely gonna fry up nicey nice. I'm going to take some of the batter. I'm gonna throw it in an iso whip. This is a whipped cream thing. Can I do this? I'm gonna pour it everywhere.
We believe in you. We believe in you.
I've made enough f***ups today in front of these dudes. Need to be a little bit professional. There we go. Now similarly, I'm gonna pour that right into this squeeze bottle. Doing this in the whip container, this is basically forcing a ton of bubbles into the batter, which is it's already designed to be light and fluffy and airy.
This could be next level.
I'm very hopeful. There's no reason this shouldn't be absolutely delicious.
Let's try it first with one of our smaller pieces. There we are. Now this guy's headed straight into 400 Fahrenheit oil. Wow! Wow! Jesus Christ, the size of the bubbles on this. Holy crap. We don't have any exposed fish. I shouldn't be manipulating this so much. I'm just curious this first go around. The more you touch this, the more like craggles and stuff you're gonna lose. But luckily we have another trick for that. Once we have a nice set batter and just kind of, now I just gotta flip it over, get the other side.
Yes.
Yeah, craggle it in the oil. Craggle it in the oil.
Yes, Babish.
You gotta find this like resonant spot where it's hitting the fish, but also hitting the oil. So it sets, but also doesn't, fly off. Look at that. Look at the craggles upon that. I can't say where I learned this technique from. It was from a YouTube video, a couple chefs having fun in their restaurant or something in England.
Ooh. Show us that cross section.
Oh, it's a little undercooked. I could have let it go 30 seconds longer, I think. But this actually looks completely cooked. That's definitely a little medium rare, but I'm gonna eat it. Whew, here we go.
Whoa! Listen to that crunch.
I'll tell you what that does, that works. Fish actually might be almost perfectly cooked. If I let it rest just for like another 2 minutes, I think it would have gone up over. Wow, it's so flavorful. Man, that's great. Picking up on the citrus zest. The batter itself has ever such a mild spice like profile to it. That with some tartar sauce is gonna be really, really something special. So it's time to plate up. And I'm gonna do it super annoying. Starting with a slate.
Oh, not the slate.
Your anguish fuels me. What we need to do is something like kind of.
Oh, shit.
It was going so well up until this point.
There we go. I have 2 big pools here. That's gonna be good from 2 pieces of fish.
The fish looks like it's genuinely Michelin level.
Yeah.
I'm going to decoratively arrange these about the plate. Of course, we need some mushy peas dotted about. Then I'm going to.
Oh, more sauce.
No. Put the sauce down, man.
Thanks. Just as a little treat for our friends, Osetra caviar. This being haute cuisine, I'd be remiss not to bust out the tweezers and the microgreens.
Oh no.
What is that?
Microgreens.
Oh.
There you have it, utterly traditional, completely authentic fish and chips. So, now it's time to see what they think of this thing.
Holy moly.
Jesus.
Shall we?
We shall.
It is unusual.
The fish itself looks actually conventional.
Yeah, well,
It looks mega.
like we were saying, this has a special place in our heart, this recipe, because this is the best fish and chips batter I've ever tried. And you've added the potato starch, which is a point of difference. So,
Look at that.
could be a level up. Look at that. Yeah.
That is soigné.
Now, this is the best bit, the scraps on the top.
Yeah. Really well done as well. It's harder than it looks to actually achieve that texture.
One thing I will say, salt and vinegar.
I'm not a big vinegar fan, so stick it to your half.
Right, so in the UK, when you get asked salt and vinegar, you always say plenty, and then they douse it on. You have to tell them to stop. I'm gonna go for it.
Oh, that's good.
What, they're working?
That's next level. What? Yeah.
Michelin chips.
Look at the inside. A little bit, they're crispy.
Very
super
light.
crispy. You can see from the colour that there's a bit higher amount of sugar in these potatoes, so they're browning a bit quicker, but the flavour of them is nice because you get the sweetness coming through it.
The shape, although unconventional, does lead to an ultra crispy finish. Obviously, all those sides get hit. Now, what I will say is, British fish and chips, the chips are not this crispy. They're soggy, steamed in a bag, covered in salt and vinegar.
Let's go for the mushy peas.
Now, this is, I have to confess, maybe not my favourite part of the fish and chips. In fact, I will say I didn't like them back home.
They're one of those things that everyone assumes it to be a British thing, but do many people like it? Probably more like the older generation.
So the bone marrow does give a really nice sort of richness to it.
It's actually delicious, that.
Not sure about the, I don't think anyone in the UK has ever put a micro herb on a mushy pea.
No, I don't think so either.
That's a first for me.
It's a lot of firsts on this plate.
That's a first. Potentially that was one that could, isn't needed.
Yeah, I feel this is professional rage baiting.
Gonna set that down for a side for a second.
Oh, can you hear that? Oh, it's promising.
That's a good crisp when you have to saw through it.
Just so much caviar in the way. Oh,
Look at that crust. It's almost like fish delicately sandwiched between a burger bun and batter.
they make things better, right? Look at that front bite.
That is good. And the fish is still juicy. Look, you can see it's translucent.
Babish, my friend.
Oh God.
That
What is a whole
This is awesome. Look,
Okay,
listen
cool.
to it.
is good. The tartar sauce flavour, let's give it a little taste.
Remember the yuzu went in there. Do you think it's too much or?
I don't think it's too much.
You need
I think
it.
it's really nice. The only thing I'd say about tartar sauce is maybe I prefer it thicker.
Yeah, but he had to
Sorry, yeah, I forgot.
remember.
about
Yeah. So we were concerned
that. The fish you get
about the halibut being overcooked. It's incredibly well cooked. The zest, which didn't get rinsed off, is still in there. I get the zest. It's perfectly cooked. It's flaky. It's crispy. To be honest, you won't find a British fish and chips as good as this.
You won't find a batter as good as that.
No.
I don't think batter gets much better than that.
Oh my god.
It's the nicest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
You should open a restaurant.
Friday night fish fry with Babish. It's a bit of a long name. So let's run through this. Potatoes, not traditional, by any means. In the way that they were cooked, steamed, I've never seen it use vinegar before. I think the vinegar makes them go quite dark, but they are light, crispy, delightful, and a very interesting, unusual shape.
And I think it works for this plate of food as well because they're delicious and tasty, but the fish in that batter is such a star that you almost don't need the chips to be ultra crispy because you've got all that texture coming from the fish.
Yeah.
And the potatoes taste delicious ultimately, and that's obviously the main thing is that the flavour's there.
Mushy peas, what do you think?
I think they're as good as a mushy pea can get.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a mushy pea at the end of the day.
Do you think the micro herbs really come out in the mushy peas, or?
No. I think the mushy peas can stay.
Yeah, micro herbs go.
And the micro herbs can go.
Yeah.
Really good. Choice of fish, perfect.
Yeah.
Curing on the fish, perfect. Batter, perfect. The only thing I would say on the fish, I would personally have it a little bit less cooked.
It's a fine balance though, right? Between getting that crisp, we love the crisp.
Yeah, we're chefs as well, though. We like our fish a little bit under, but in general, it's a bloody good fish and chip.
You'll never get a fish cooked that well in the UK, that's not traditional. Well, we pretty much demolished the whole thing, so.
You probably weren't expecting us to eat so much.
No, I was not. I was really not. God, I can't tell you how much all that means to me, guys. I know I was taking the piss in a couple different ways, but I really wanted to make something that was really tasty for you guys, and oh God, I'm gonna cry. I can't believe that 10 years after I started this is 10 years to the day that we're shooting this episode, that I was just around in my kitchen, never imagining that anybody would watch my videos, much less that I would eventually meet you guys and like have you eat my food and like it. Like it's overwhelming. So I thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you for having us. Anytime you want to test any more recipes, we're here.
It's true. Okay, cool.
Just less microgreens next time.
I'm going to have some more microgreens. Okay, what I'm going to make is a microgreen salad. Well, that was one of the defining experiences of my life. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed.
We did. God bless America.
Get drunk. You have to tell me twice.
Thanks again to my long-term partner Squarespace for sponsoring this episode. Be sure to head to rankedwithbabish.com to submit your ideas for what you think I should rank next, or who you want to see as a guest. While you're there, admire the smooth template designed by Squarespace. If you feel stuck creating your website, Squarespace can definitely help. In just one click, you can choose from curated color palettes and fonts that can be applied to any template. You can create an entire site in just a few minutes. Their SEO tools help your site reach its audience, and you can use Squarespace to help manage your invoices for commerce or even generate your business name. The tools are all easy to use and at your fingertips. To create a site of your own, head to squarespace.com for a free trial and use code BABISH for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.